August 15th, 2026. The World War II memorial has been vandalized. So what's so interesting about this is that this is right in connection to the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. They are next to each other in this way. Okay, you have the circular pool thing, which is the World War II memorial, and then you have the reflecting pool, the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. So it's super interesting to see that a woman is spray painting this place. Okay, paint, art, you know, she's making some kind of art. I think you can, I mean, at least from her perspective, I think you can see that, and from a few other people's perspective. So why is this interesting? Well, because the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool has been, you know, in the top news for many months, like 2 months, because the paint peeled away. You have some people reporting of a gash through the pool of a box cutter, and this having to do with the paint that peeled away on June 18th, right? Let me write that. June 18th. Wait a moment. Like that. June 18th. Paint peeled. Initial reports. Okay. This is interesting that this happened, and you know, there's been this kind of humiliation around it, that the, you know, President Trump has been trying to, I mean, it looks like he's been trying to blame someone for it, right? So what's so interesting is that now this woman is doing something there for real, like she's recording herself, and it looks so fitting. But what is really important to say when it comes to this is that when I see, like, I don't know even how to start talking about this, because I want this video to be able to, I mean, it should be able to be looked at in a year or two. It's supposed to make sense, okay? So I need to make this kind of introduction, okay? So for me it's interesting because I also made a drawing of the reflecting pool, right? I did this on June 16th, okay? June 16th. Let me write that. And I said this is going to become top news. Let me write it above. June 16th. I painted reflecting pool scissor cutting. Okay. And there's going to be links in the video description, okay? I painted this, I said this is going to become top news. What's so interesting is that now a woman is doing art, you could say. And I mean, obviously what I'm doing is some sort of supernatural phenomenon. I'm able to say that without, I mean, without it being insane, okay? And why is it not insane when I say that this is a supernatural phenomenon? Well, because there is evidence for me doing this. Just like she is saying this, she vandalized it. Just like I did, right? I did it with a painting. And now there is this resonance or echo event of someone actually doing it physically. So I did it spiritually, you could say. I spiritually cut into the reflecting pool. Then you have the woman, you see, it's also funny because you have this dynamic of male and female. You have a woman actually cutting into it 2 months later. Video recording herself, collecting evidence, just like I do. She collected evidence for herself painting on it. Okay, so this is it's hard to make this kind of video that I'm doing here because it's hard to do this kind of introduction. As you noticed, I started to talk. So when I started doing this video, I said that I started talking in this normal way that, okay, someone has vandalized this place, and then you see, and then I started being more straightforward with what I want to say. Okay, let's look at the video where she is she is in the news, right? So let's look at that.
Who vandalized the World War II memorial. And tonight we now have video footage that appears to show a woman taking responsibility for it. And I will wait here to be arrested. Footage posted to Facebook Thursday, a woman appears to spray paint the World War II memorial and tell the camera she's ready to be arrested.
It was me. I'm doing it. I did it. It's on camera.
So she's saying, it was me. It's on camera, okay? She did it. She is collecting evidence of herself doing it, doing this painting onto this place. This is an echo of what I'm doing, okay? She doesn't know about me, I think, okay? But still there is this kind of soulful connection that is there, and it's just you don't have to talk to each other for that to be there. You know, there is some kind of synchronization anyways. Okay, so what's interesting is that her name is Melissa, which has etymology from Latin 𝗟𝗚, meaning honey. Okay, so it's interesting because, you know, my channel is about lime, and I have a lot to say about lime, and it's interesting to see that 𝗟𝗚 lime is an anagram to 𝗟𝗚, which is, you know, her name is Melissa. And so we're not only getting so here she was on this place down here, the circular place, and I did it here. You see, it's femininity, masculinity. We're playing some kind of there's some kind of symbolic role play going on with me doing this drawing of the reflecting pool, you see. I mean, and when you turn it like this, it becomes panties, you know. Start to think about male, female. You see, when I did this drawing, it was the reflecting pool, but it was also panties. Okay, so in this case, you can see you have this dynamic of duality, male, female, Melissa meaning lime, and it was a long time since I talked about that, but there is, you know, some kind of dualistic thing between lime and the sun, you know, or soul. So lime represents, you know, I don't know if I want to talk about that right now. It's like lime, yeah, let's not talk about that. So Melissa becomes some kind of connection to lime, you know. I'm not only rambling here, I'm not rambling, okay? I'm just telling you. So why am I not rambling here? Well, because as I said, there's I collected evidence for making this drawing of the future, which like this is in the video description below, so you can go check that out, and you'll find a video from June 16th. That was before the paint peeled away, it was before the gash, and this has been all about vandalism, you know. It has been about vandalism in the news, and it's been this insanity because there is no good cause to what happened, except for the fact that, okay, I can show you my drawing, but most rational people are not going to accept a drawing, you know. How can a drawing be a cause for something physical to happen? That doesn't seem to make sense, right? It doesn't seem to make sense. And that's why you need to realize that when it comes to the scientific method, yes, I mean, science is applicable here. When it comes to the scientific method, measurements is stronger than logic. So if you have logic, if you have a theory, and you have empiricism, okay? Empirical data. This is empirical data. I did this. The empirical data overrides the logic that says this is not possible, okay? When you have the scientific method, you, first of all, you have two things. You have a theory and you have empiricism that proves it. Which one is stronger? The empiricism is stronger, which means that this is valid, what I'm doing, like this kind of way of showing evidence for a phenomenon without really providing an explanation. I just make a drawing and voila, here it arrives, okay? It is okay to do like that, but I'm leaving out some kind of explanation. That's how it is, right? Maybe it would have been different if I would be respected for what I do. If I would be, people would listen to me and hear what I have to say. Maybe I would provide with a theory. Maybe I would provide with thoughts. But now I only do empiricism, which, you know, creates the lack of an explanation. There, as I said, this one, it claims the cause simply because I did it before and I said that this is going to become top news. I did another video on June 16th also saying that this is going to make sense, like this is going to happen. So yeah, let's look at her video again and just see what's happening here, right? There is a resonance. Someone is actually doing the same kind of thing that I did, but doing it physically, and now then it's a crime, right? She did it, it's suddenly it's a crime. When I did it and it's empirical but not logical, then I can even confess, I did a confession here 5 days ago, right? That's before she did this after I did my confession, right? I did a confession, and I also just like she did, right? There's some kind of resonance going on. And oh wait, and here my account got suspended for admitting to cut into the reflecting pool. But I did cut into the reflecting pool. Look, this is the reflecting pool. This is a scissor. I'm cutting into it, right? This is a confession. But it's, spiritual. So let me again tell you that we have the dualism of male, female, but also spiritual, physical, and lastly, in a sort of way, there's a role play going on. I am doing a role play of the sun here, okay, some kind of sun. She's doing the role play of lime. Even though we are not ideals, it's still valid somehow. Okay, it still works. So let's look at her a last time. There it is.
For it.
And I will wait here to be arrested.
Footage posted to Facebook Thursday, a woman appears to spray paint the World War II memorial and tell the camera she's ready to be arrested.
It was me. I'm doing it. I did it. It's on camera.
The video goes on to show the woman.
So she's saying it was me, I'm doing it, it's on camera. That's exactly that's pretty much what I said. I confess, there's evidence, there's video evidence, and I said it before she did it, right? But still there is this resonance between people, between strangers, someone that I never talked to, and she probably never heard about me. And never seen what I did, but still there is this weird connection pulling people to do things, okay? And in a way, maybe that's, that is the soul wanting to play, it's what it is. Yeah, I could talk a lot about this, but somehow, that's not happening. So why am I not talking more? Well, there are many reasons for that. There is a form of gaslighting. If I say certain things, I will be gaslighted, and someone will say that I'm insane. There is someone will say schizophrenia. People will do things like that, okay? So that's why I'm making a very, boring presentation. I'm trying to make it factual. I'm trying to say things that are sane, while at the same time show you something kind of impossible, something supernatural, okay? So, but if there would be more people commenting here and this would spread, I would talk much more about what I'm doing. So yeah. So let me just end this video by saying some kind of summary. A woman did vandalized right next to the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. There is a sort of this has been the subject for the last 2 months in the top news. Suddenly someone is doing art vandalizing, okay? And that's exactly what I did, but I did it in you know, a spiritual way. She did it in a physical way. Her name is Melissa. Melissa has etymology from meli, meaning honey, which is an anagram for lime, okay? And she represents the physical, just like lime is the physical, the sort of shell, okay, a physical shell. And I represent the spiritual, doing something abstract but still visible. You see what this is, you see the motif, but that's it, you know. So you have me being there, you have Melissa, you also have the, you know, masculinity, femininity is kind of connection there. I showed you this. This is also interesting that you can see this as panties and a scissor, and suddenly it becomes sexual because this is a bit how things, there's a lot of truth in sexuality also, okay? Things unite, okay? This is a bit sexual in a way, okay? Okay, let's end this video, guys. As I said, if you want me to talk more and be more open, you need to make me want to do that, want to take that step of taking the risk of being gaslighted for saying things that are out of the ordinary, okay? You need to make me want to do that, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to say things only that are sane, and then, or yeah, and that's how it is. The way that people gaslight those that are, they gaslight and say, oh, that's insane, that's psychosis, that's, and so on. These black painting things are there to kind of keep how do you say, why do people do that? Well, it's a defense mechanism for the collective, okay? The group is always going to defend itself by attacking and saying that someone is thinking in a way that is wrong, or and so on. So if you want me to talk more and share with you more with what I want to say, I want to say things, then you need to make, I need to take that step by people, yeah, I need to think that it's worth it to do that. I'm already telling you a lot what's going on here. A lot. But could say a lot more. Okay, so that's it. See you guys. Bye bye.